Can you hear me now?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Can you hear me now? Yeah, that's Can you hear me?
Howdy, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
There we go. Okay, maybe it was a server issue. I thought we were having a server issue with the permissions, but it turns out they just clicked the wrong button. It's still set up to, you have to thumbs up on the rules to get access to the rest of the channels, and he thumbs up the wrong channel, or the wrong post.
10 seconds
Oh,
remaining.
okay. Yeah, because a lot of things have changed in the
5 seconds
in
remaining.
the Discord. They did some updates, so probably that's what's going on as well.
I see. Yeah, it was probably, I believe it was a Discord thing. So hopefully not on our end, but I'm gonna fix that stupid thumbs up thing eventually. I'm just not I haven't learned the Discord permission stuff yet.
Yeah.
That was set up before I came in, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to reverse that.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, we have two great teams. KNGI was like super good last time. It was their first tournament last time. I was really taken aback by how strong they were, beating Return of A and B, I believe, like pretty bad.
Right.
And KINGPIN is also, they're a first-time team, but their ranks are pretty good.
Yeah, I'm keeping my everything open at the moment because I want to see how they first dust themselves off. I know that they probably been playing a lot of pubs, but when the pressure's on, you got to see what someone will do, right? So as we can see early on that they've picked a silencer, probably going to go support, right? So they're definitely trying to rev up their team right now, while it looks like KINGPIN is really picking some really strong heroes. Let's see if they can rally behind this Night Stalker, right?
Yeah, this is a really mean first opening 2-pick roaming ganking combo between a Tiny and a Night Stalker, which makes me interested to see whether it'll be a 4 or 2 Tiny. We very rarely see 4 Tiny anymore, but those two can run around very early as a 3-4 combo.
Yes, especially if KNGI allows them to, right? So we'll see what happens with this. I'm pretty sure this Ember Spirit is going mid. If not, he'll go safe.
Yeah, and Night Stalker was an almost immediate reaction pick to the Ember Spirit as well. So They know what they want to do with this guy. They want to get Blink on top of the Ember Spirit, get the Crippling Fear on top of him, so he can't play the game.
Right, and of course, and then have
Dire
Blink
team
on
pick.
Tiny as well to come in, keep him there before he can escape if that's the case.
Yep. So we may see an early PKB from this Ember Spirit because of that.
Ten seconds.
It's an
remaining.
interesting Naga ban too.
Right, I was gonna go
very
to the
curious about
bans.
that.
Yeah, I was gonna go to the
5
bans as
seconds
well.
remaining.
The bans are. I'm not sure if these teams have played each other in pubs or if they're looked at any of their past games. But it looks like they're banning a lot of individuals that are tanky, right? So they took out the life stealer. They took out the timber saw. They took out the undying. They didn't want anybody that's too much for Tiny, right?
Yeah, it is an interesting Lifestealer ban because I feel like Night Stalker is one of the better offlaners against Lifestealer in the mid game. If you get that blink on top of him before he can rage, then
Radiant
he
team
just usually doesn't have defensive items until much later.
Well, it looks like they did a Death Prophet pick. That's okay.
Probably a 3 here. Yep.
Yeah, just filling the. This is a good hero to fill out the other team. See how they react to
10
her ult,
seconds
right?
remaining.
Is to see if these guys are gonna commit or if they're gonna actually bait and
5
switch, right?
seconds
So
remaining.
we'll see.
Yeah, this is a they needed tower push, so it's a solid 3 position pick, but it's very dangerous because if the tiny Night Stalker get on top of DP, they could burst her before she gets siphoned real quick.
Yes, and as a game I covered last time, it looks like Kingpin is gonna do a lot of blink daggering, so
Yep.
we'll see
Yes.
how well they farm because a lot of people have been playing Crystal Maiden, which is the next
5
pick.
seconds
Been playing
remaining.
Crystal Maiden with the blink dagger, blink in, alt, or however combos you want to do, and we have 3 of the best combos for a blink right now.
Yeah, and that is interesting, except double silence on KNGI, so it's going to be hard for CM to get her ulti off, including one that goes through PKB.
Yes. But she'll probably come in and be invisible anyway, so we'll see how well they're able to
Dire team pick.
get their items and everything off.
Ooh, interesting. Let's see where this goes. Because this is presumably a carry, but if he lanes extremely well against Ember Spirit mid as well.
There's 2 things that I'm seeing right now really early on, and the one thing is that Kingpin is picking heroes that can actually leave their lanes, right? So you have Night Stalker, Tiny, Crystal Maiden, Monkey King, they can
10
leave
seconds
lanes. And the
remaining.
second thing I'm seeing is that there's only probably 1 or
5
2
seconds
individuals
remaining.
so far on KNGI that can leave their lanes, and that's Death Prophet or
Dire
Silencer,
team
right? Templar has to stay in lane, and Ember has to stay in lane to maintain that, what you said earlier, BKB. So if they're not moving around, they're gonna get outplayed by Kingpin, especially if they go an early tree. What is it called for Monkey King up in the
10
trees?
seconds
Tree
remaining.
dance, yeah.
Yeah, tree dancing. If he starts tree dancing really early, and
5
they think a
seconds
Crystal
remaining.
Maiden is out of position, but really no, you got a Monkey King in the trees. You can see a ult on top of ult, and then
I was interested. Yeah, I was interested to see what the KNGI would ban because that would tell us what they think this tiny is, and they clearly think it's a 4 because they're banning. They think the monkey's a
10
mid as well because they're
seconds
banning
remaining.
carries.
Yeah, massive carry ban, right, for
5
mid.
It could be 4
seconds
monkey and
remaining.
2 tiny, but probably not.
The thing is, I would have definitely banned out Leshrek, right? Because that guy is he's been a horror since we've seen him.
Yeah, that was first base banned. Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely they're working on their carries, right?
I think that I would assume that this is because like I said, Monkey's very good against Ember mid, and TA is a solid pick if they're gonna send that mid, maybe save Ember because TA does a little bit better against Monkey King with Refraction. But if they're confident in their mid Ember player, you'll see it's an outplay lane. Ember can't outplay the Monkey King if he's better.
Right.
Dire team back.
Taking away the team. Looks like they're taking away a lot of their team possibilities, and they're trying to isolate each hero. Kingpin is. You see,
That's an
you can't.
interesting ban.
Yeah, they're trying not to
They're banning
rotate.
cores on Kingpin.
10 seconds remaining.
Now, we would have thought that all 3 cores for KNGI are picked, right?
5 seconds remaining.
Not in this patch.
Radiant team
We'll see
pick.
what they want to do, especially if they work really well together, right? That's the difference between this patch, past patches. Past patches, you had to. I mean, you could work alone a lot, but these new patches, they say, or they say they're pushing us to play as a team, right? So when they're
10
pushing us to play as a
seconds
team,
remaining.
if these individuals can play really well with their heroes as a
5
team, it doesn't
seconds
really
remaining.
matter who's gonna carry and who's not gonna carry, because overall they're gonna leave lanes and they're gonna try to get early kills so that they can get early gold, which will manifest into a lot. Well, here we go.
Yeah, dude, I love Invoker gaming.
There we go. So they pick mid last, so it looks like it's going to be off lane Night Stalker, safe lane Monkey King,
Yep.
and we'll see Templar.
10 seconds.
It's going to be
He has a
really
lot.
hard. Yeah, go ahead.
KNGI has a lot of reserve time, and I don't think they were
5
expecting this because they banned
seconds
TB and they banned PL, both illusion carries, and KINGPIN responded with a mid pick. So we'll see if they take their reserve time to recalibrate for this unexpected pick.
Yes.
It's the last. Okay, so if they think it's going to be a core on KINGPIN. They think it's going to be an offlaner, so they think this DP is a 4, I guess. KINGPIN does. So we'll see if they pick an offlaner or if they pick a 4. It could even be 4 Ember Spirit. We see that sometimes from SA. Rarely, but Matthew loved to play 4 Ember Spirit. So like that was not uncommon in certain SA teams. So this could be a 3 or even a mid.
I'm just really, let's see.
Hero.
Yeah.
Hero.
Could be a 4 or mid.
Yep. Yep. There you go.
It's Rebow. I believe he's their mid.
Rebow.
And Makucho's their 4, so it's 4 Ember Spirit, yeah.
So Death Prophet is support.
No, the supports are Silencer and Ember Spirit, I believe.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. Makucho was the 3 position last time, but I believe he changed roles once they brought A in. So it's 3 Death Prophet, 4 Ember Spirits, 1 TA, 2 Tusk.
It's going to be very interesting to see how well KNGI roams this match, because they have some pretty good roamers, but I don't think it's going to match up if this team gets a 4 blink daggers, because even Invoker's being played with a blink dagger these days, right? So we'll see.
Yeah, there's tons of mobility. Yeah. This, Monkey King's probably the only one who's not going to get a blink, and he is just going to jump in the trees.
He's already mobile.
Who do you think has the better draft? I assume based on what you're saying that you like KINGPIN draft better, right? Because they just have so much early mobility.
Well, obviously you're gonna go for KINGPIN's draft right now, right? Because they're really strong with the Night Stalker and the Tiny, and then if they can get the Blink Dagger, you have the Invoker and the Crystal Maiden. Yet, if you look at how KNGI is setting up, they're setting up to find the Crystal Maiden. They're setting up to find the Invoker. They're setting up to find the MK in the jungle farming, because they have the Tusk, and they have pretty good vision when you have a not Night Stalker, but when you have a Silencer or a Ember Spirit, right? They can go, they'll see, but silence is gonna be a big key right now, because they really want to be able to silence Crystal Maiden when she starts her ult, and then to keep Invoker out. Now that was a little awkward pick when you have Invoker and you pick an Invoker into Silencer. So that's why I'm saying I don't know whose draft is the best until I see how well they wanna play it.
Yeah, and this time I know it's a classic pun, but Tusk is a mid hero that needs to, of course, snowball. And if he gets off to a bad start, it could be very troublesome. And he's okay against Invoker, but he really has to start strong.
Right, and that'll be probably something like moving out of lane real quick, if that's where he's positioned. Looks like both of them smoked, trying to find individuals just camping around, but nobody found anybody. They went ahead and just went in the opposite direction, as always.
Right, they had 2 ships passing in the night.
Yeah, as always. So looks like they're gonna get 2 apiece, and then start lanes. Silencer supporting Templar Assassin, and there it is, 2 apiece.
Just standard pre-horn stuff.
Yep. So let's see who's mid first, and then we'll look at mostly. So of course Tusk mid. Looks like they're gonna try to Invoker and Tusk mid. So obviously we've seen this setup before. We've seen this matchup, but I haven't seen it between these two. So we'll keep an eye on this one. Looks like you have an off lane Ember, which is yep, as you said before, Ember will be supporting Death Prophet. Silencer will be supporting Templar Assassin, as well as or not Tiny. Silencer will be supporting Templar Assassin, and Tiny will be supporting Night Stalker here. So it looks like a good split.
Yeah, Tiny can be a fairly weak laner, but that's kind of always fallen out of favor as a 4. And he even interestingly went tree grab first. He just wants to harass. He's going for the courier. He barely misses it.
Oh yeah. But Silencer saw that. Like I said before, that's why Silencer is here. Silencer is here to stay out of lane, because he's really strong if he stays in lane, but he's very good when he even if he roams around. But he saw that coming. Here comes another courier as well, inbound. Let's see if Tiny can find that one.
Oh, he doesn't have a ward back there, so he pretty much just has to make the read and be in the right position, and he's not.
Right.
Mid lane, it's early on, but it looks like they're pretty even. Monkey King should have a pretty good time in the bottom lane, being able to hit off this Ember Spirit if he gets too close, but it's hard for him to build Jingu stacks down here.
Yeah, they're not going to allow him to do so. They're going to try to stay off because she's, of course, she's ranged. The only individual that can harass Death Prophet at this moment is Crystal Maiden. It's a natural mid lane.
One thing we've noticed in the last couple months of TD2L, and just in general in pro game teams as well, is that the supports rotate a lot less for water runes, especially that at the 2 minutes, and we can see they're just trading in both lanes.
Right. And it looks like this Ember Spirit here is playing sort of like a cut, trying to cut the lanes, keep the lanes pushed in for the bot lane for Death Prophet to just continue pushing. But this Monkey King is really
not blocking the camp, the safe lane camp for the Radiant. It's been blocked the whole time. Seems not really making an effort to unblock it. She does have a sentry coming though.
Looks like the Templars having her way top as well, because the 2 supports, as we know or said, we're going to be warring, and it looks like Tiny and
Ember Spirit bot is in trouble. He's got his there we go.
There's the first blood.
I'm just getting started.
Yeah, he built up the Jingu. He managed to get the Boundless Strike on him, and Ember Spirit.
There goes the tree dance.
On DP2.
Yep, that's another one.
Wow, Giorgio double kill.
Double kill on Monkey King. Great support by Crystal Maiden. Hopefully she can keep her mana up high and continue to do that, because those 2 are gonna have some issues. Yeah, and here it comes out, the laugh, of course.
Dude, TD2L, these guys have a lot of fun with the alt chat, which we always love. SA teams especially.
Yep. Like you said, Tusk is doing pretty well mid. That's what I'm saying, and also that
he's
TA
really taken. He's the last couple minutes. He has really taken the lead on this Invoker. 19-7 to 13-3.
Still got a highway going up here with these couriers. That's weird.
Yep.
You see them just keeping things coming in. What are our items so far? Okay, keeping it.
Yeah, the ferrying region has become a lot more standard than it was before. At the OpenAI thing. Meanwhile, bottom there's a trade DP for CM. That's good for Kingpin though.
Yeah, great. That's what I was thinking as well. Is that Death Prophet is gonna be taken out pretty early if she's not mid, right? Especially if there's 2 heroes that are able to cripple her or stun her, which you have bot, right? You have a double stun bot, and if they work really well together, MK and CM, they can really own a lane, and nobody will want to even. No one will want to be on that lane.
Maybe here, the Tusk is going pretty deep for this Invoker. Gets the cold
Well, it's
snap,
okay.
He's
There
no
we go.
detection though.
None at all. I mean, but it's under tower, so obviously you're not going to get that detection on the tower. But he sees him again. He goes in. He's on the Invoker, it looks like, but there's going to be a TP from Tiny. He needs to get out of there or he's going to get stuck. Nope, gets Invoker and gets out, I guess.
Nice. Yeah, Tiny didn't have the cooldown for Avalanche up yet.
Nah.
And Ember Spirit again.
Yeah. We're gonna see this. Yes, we're gonna see this a lot because these two heroes, if they love each other and they work well with each other, they're gonna continue to badger anybody that stays in lane. Crystal Maiden and Monkey King. And as you can see, he's tree dancing already. He's happy. You know, he's just a happy little guy. Yeah.
Ton of region. He had to carry a salve and tangos because the TA got him so low that he couldn't do anything with the nighttime. But he salved up, so he's doing a little better now.
Yeah, Night Stalker's doing well.
He's doing better than Death Prophet, that's for sure. 10 CS, that's very
definitely. But he's not really getting the items that he wants to get. What's his let me
the
check.
rune contest top.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna get the snowball off. But it's the rune's bottom anyway. Will the Invoker contest it? Looks like he's not. He's gonna let the Tusk have this region. Oh, DP's in trouble again. He's by himself.
He's in trouble. They
No
smoking bottom. Smoking bottom. They're gonna try to help, but they don't need her. They don't need the Monkey King, or they don't need the help. They can't get there quick enough.
No way to get there in time.
Yeah, there's no way you get there in time. Looks like Tusk is coming.
He's for a toss to the tower.
Oh, well,
he does not toss actually. Okay. Oh, Invoker misses his combo mid. Tusk is just gonna walk away.
He's not gonna walk away. He's gonna walk top. Looks like they're gonna try to get a gank on Night Stalker, but I've never seen anybody. Yeah, you gotta turn around because I've never seen anybody gank Night Stalker at night.
Yeah, maybe
this early.
Here
we go.
Time, yeah.
Oh, cutter. Oh, somebody got him.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Death Prophet got a axe. That's that's weird. Anyways, Death Prophet has an axe to cut out the monkey's tree dance, and she did so right there. That's different. Looks like they're gonna get a gank here on Death Prophet again, but in comes the Tusk. Tusk is gonna try to stop this coming in. MK try to get it out, but it looks like MK is gonna go down, but that's okay. He has a few hits. And Crystal Maiden is still trying to get away from this. Invoker's there to at least challenge. We don't know if that's gonna help any, but he's gonna go down there, try to got her. But that was an exchange on CM. That was an exchange on CM and Ember Spirit, and Invoker's still alive. He might be trying to challenge the Death Prophet, but he's not gonna be out with it. Disappeared.
Oh, Monkey's
back. It's getting wild down 5 with 2. Oh, there we go, another kill. Oh, Tusk is gonna be on his way out. Looks like he's gonna sacrifice himself for the double kill on Monkey King. So they're getting a little bit early.
That's like what, like a 4 for 4 or 4 for 3? The fight was so long for an early fight. Yeah, 3 for 3. About even on Golden XP chain.
Yeah, but there's a what is it? Monkey King has just over 3/4 of the kills for KINGPIN right now. Yeah. So he's
look at that work graph. Jeez, he's so far ahead.
So far ahead for bot, right? And then but you still have the TA. TA, I think, should be working on the Blink Dagger as of now, correct?
Deso. Yeah, he's gonna get the blink after Deso.
Yeah, so we're gonna look for a gank top. We're gonna have an ult come out from the Night Stalker. Tusk is gonna try to find a Night Stalker, but of course the Night Stalker is so fast, especially when it's time to bait and switch. He'll just move away.
Oh boy.
Silencer's out, but of course also it's Tiny. Looks like TA's gonna go down as well on this gank. Everybody's gonna. Oh.
There's a sentry down. They see him.
I can still see him. Just locked them out. See him try to come in and help to. Looks like bait. Yep, she's gonna get away because they baited him back. You should have just let it go. Tusk is gonna come out on stage. There we go. That went out. Silencer is back in. Night Stalker's gonna go ahead and go down on this one because they stayed around. They should at that point I would have at least backed out, but I guess it looks like
Oh, this
Kingpin. Yep, I know. It looks like Kingpin.
Oh, just used trap.
Oh no, he's going in on Snowball. But they didn't see that Tiny was there. Tiny was there. They're gonna go ahead and get rid of some of that mana, so he doesn't. But he got the punch off already. That means Invoker's gonna go down. It looks like Tiny may have that kill. Nope, look like Invoker got the kill on Tusk. Now they're gonna go. Tiny's gonna go after
Radiant's middle tower.
Silencer.
Attack.
Gonna toss CM. CM's gonna go ahead and free root him down. Get the ult off. Looks like Silencer's not gonna be able to get out of there without getting killed.
23 kills in a 10-minute game. They're just popping off. They don't care about respawn timers. They
This is what like I said before. They were able to pick the heroes that are able to rotate out of lane, and if you're able to rotate out of lane and you work really well together, you can definitely get a lot of kills. The only thing that there's a difference here is that you have this Monkey King who is just in lane getting all the kills, right? And everybody else was fighting. Everybody else was fighting, and the Monkey King didn't even come to the party, right? So if the Monkey King isn't at the party, and the Monkey King has the most next work, and the Monkey King has the most kills, that, you know...
He's going to be huge. They used Exo and took the tower bottom, so I don't think they can defend this top.
No, they're going to go ahead and get a trade-off on tier 1s at the moment, right?
Is under attack.
Yeah, and I did say this Tusk has to, no pun intended, snowball this game, but while he's not doing he's not where he wants to be, I mean, he's still doing okay.
Right.
He's third net worth. You're fine with that on Tusk.
And obviously, I think it has more to do with the fact that this Monkey King got off to a fast start, right? Usually the Monkey King doesn't get off to a fast start. Right now, he's off to a fast start, so Tusk is taking a back seat at the moment, but as you know, Tusk is really good at keeping up with the rest of the team, right? And here he goes again, up, and gets out of there.
They know where they are, Dark. Yep. Pop, they need to leave now. They're gonna get the silencer, I think. It's gonna take a while, but I think they're gonna get him.
I still have to keep. Yeah, no, it's a good chance to get out of there at the moment because now they can see the gameplay that they're doing. They're taking the Tiny instead of using a Blink Dagger on CM. They're using Tiny. Tiny tosses are on point, right? He's tossing her directly right on top of the hero they want. She goes ahead and either one roots them or two uses her ult or does both of them. Looks like mid they're about to start another fight, but they also have the Dust, and the Invoker's gonna be out. Silence is out on Silencer. That means that Tiny can't use his. Well, yes, he is dead. The Invoker's down, but the Silence came out, so Tiny wasn't able to use his ult. Now CM goes ahead without her ult. She's punched up in the air and dies. Looks like Night Stalker's gonna go down as well, because that's what I said. If the team can work really well together, they can go ahead and take individuals down. When you have Tusk and you have the Silence out, you really Wukong goes out and he gets away.
Gucho got a triple kill and doesn't die to the Wukong. Very impressive stuff.
Yeah, that's very impressive at the moment, right? Well, the ult was wasted in that nature because there was only one individual that was even in it, but the Monkey King's probably going to go back to farming so that he can get his items. Let's see what he's working on. He definitely already has the Battle Fury on, so he's really amped and ready to do some more farming.
And he has a hammer for his BKB. He's so fat.
Yes, he is. It looks like Invoker also is working on wow, this is a wild setup. Let's see what he's going for with this, but he does have the
Witchblade?
No. Yeah, yes it is. But it looks like he left mid, so he's not gonna stay. He's not gonna stay on mid. He's gonna continue to kind of farm where he's safe.
They're gonna 3-man smoke for the Monkey King top now. It looks like.
Probably 3-man smoke for anybody they can find, especially if they have the Tusk. If they can find somebody, Snowball's coming out right here. Snowball's gonna come down. But of course, Monkey King can get away from the Snowball as quick as possible. Tree dance down his way.
TAs or Deso as well. They can go for towers from dire easily, even without Exo now.
Yeah, their Silencer is taking a really large back seat. He's going to play complete support at this moment. He's not getting anything to get him too much damage, but of course his spells can do massive damage. Like you said, the TA is working really hard in lane to
Radiant's
maintain
middle tower
her
is under
farm,
attack.
and she's definitely sneaking up on the Monkey King's net worth with the low amount of
Radiant
kills that she
structures
has.
are fortified.
Yeah, the big factor is
Radiant's
keeping. I mean, the
middle
network's
tower
close
is
to
under
even, but
attack.
the big factor is keeping KinGi in the lead this game in terms of positioning. Is look at the difference in the 4-position farm. Ember
Right.
is almost as farmed as just 3. Tiny's still 1,000 away from Blink.
And that's going to be his very first item. I mean, besides the Tranquil boost, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Looks like Monkey King is definitely going to continue his farming prospects, and so will Ember Spirit and TA.
Yeah, they gave him the free, basically a free battle fury in this game. He's gonna keep escalating over this TA.
Yeah.
I mean, TA kind of caught up a little bit, but now once Monkey gets +1 item, the acceleration is gonna take off.
Yeah, he's already at 10k worth. It's only 15 minutes in the game. That's
Also mid. Yeah, you were saying the Invoker went to the jungle. That's why.
yeah. This is why exactly. He can't. As soon as they see the Invoker, they just collapse on him in mid because they already know that they might have some dust, and they also have sentries down. Right.
Is under attack.
Down goes
Radiant's
another
middle
tier
tower
1
is
for
fallen.
Radiant, so we're gonna go ahead and see what they do if they're gonna rotate. Looks like they're gonna rotate top, just to see if somebody's there. But most likely they might want to get this TA on a roast. Death Prophet hasn't been doing too well, but she's not, she's not needed as much early on, just only for her silence. But she doesn't even have her silence up, so that's very
I can't say if it's a bad choice, but it's an interesting one that they're basically splitting. I mean, a lot of it's kills on the Ember, but he's also taking farm too, and they're basically playing with 2 3.5 positions, and I like that choice this game.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about this patch. This patch makes you kind of leverage out how many heroes are actually utility, or how many heroes are actually carry, because you could switch between a lot of them in mid game, and just knowing how are getting a feel for the gameplay or for the team play, right? So you want to make sure.
But no smoke. If they walk over this trap, then they're gonna get spotted. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. They took that out. But since the trap is gone, TA knows that they're there, and she's gonna warn her team.
God, 17-minute BKB battle fury at Monkey King. Very scary.
Looks like they're doing that for the Ember Spear, because the silence on the silencer is gonna take effect anyways. Tusk is still roaming. Does he have his he's got a blink dagger as well. So I would have thought he went for a Deso, but he went for a blink dagger instead. So he's running.
They have the Deso on TA, yeah.
They have the blade. Here goes the smoke.
They're all
smoke to the top.
Smoke.
Smoke will smoke. As they did before, it looks like it's gonna be a smoke out, but I'm pretty sure that they're gonna toss CM in.
They saw the courier drop to the silencer.
Oh, they're gonna go in anyways because they think they're going for the roast. They didn't really go for the roast, but they got the Night Stalker got it out. Silenced on silencer. Silencer's gonna go down, so they can't get the silence out. Let's see if he does a buyback.
There's no buyback. Night Stalker's
So of course
dead,
the Death Stalker's
dead.
Oh, Monkey King's gonna go in. It looks like he's gonna get out.
The physical damage is shredding him.
CM's gonna go ahead and ult and leave out. Yeah. Ember Spirit is doing very well. Tusk is gonna try to get it out, or get him out of here so they can escape. But it looks like he's gonna get rooted. He's gonna get slowed down. And Silencer is back, so you get this global silence. That means that Invoker can't do anything, but the silence is off. So the Invoker is go ahead and gonna cast spells. Let's see if he can catch up to him. But the Ember Spirit is doing what he does best, and he's standing in the back line trying to figure out where everybody is, and he's gonna keep to try to. But he doesn't have any more mana to catch the Invoker. The Invoker is out, but he got Tiny down. Tusk is still in the game, but the Silencer is back, so that's going to be a double kill on the Silencer by the Night Stalker. The Night Stalker is going to continue to pressure the Ember Spirit, and it looks like he can't get out. So it looks like the Night Stalker will have to get some items, because he can't continue to battle like that without something. So I think he's going to have to get a Basher or something to make sure that he can stop anybody from TPing out, because not only did Ember Spirit TP out, but a lot of times his teammate a lot of times his teammates are TPing out as well. So
the Night Stalker, yeah, he just needed to save his Void there. Really, I think he would have been able to run the Ember down. He had no remnants, but he did not save the Void. The bigger problem right now for Radiant is minus armor. The Monkey King went in with his BKB, thought he would be fine, but he got absolutely shredded by the TA.
Yes, and that's the thing about the Deso real early, right? It's only 20 minutes. She has a Deso really early, and that makes a big difference when it comes to team fighting because nobody is paying attention to the TA, and the reason is because the TA can go invisible very fast, and you can't see her. But then she's sitting around making a lot of plays in the background with her refracts and a Deso, so they have to take that in consideration. Maybe a blade mail or something, so that she can get a little, hesitant on her kills. But as you can see, this is what they're afraid of. They're afraid of her being invisible. So it looks like they're gonna roast, but it looks like Radiant knows that they're gonna roast, and it looks like we have the Wukong out as well. Wukong is ready for Monkey King, and they know that. That's why they go ahead and retreat. You don't want a Wukong on top of a Roshan pit. It doesn't work really well.
That's a big mistake by KINGPIN, I think. They popped the Dark Ascension very early, and it's gonna be down when they re-engage on Team King.
Oh, they're gonna go for it. Monkey's gonna go on, but Silence is gonna come out. Of course, Silence comes out. Now, the Monkey King can't do much because TA is on top of him. Now the Wukong is not able to come out. CM's gonna have to back up. She tried to do the... Oh, she's gonna give herself away so that they can get away.
They didn't have the burst to kill the Ember Spirit and got heavily punished as a result.
Right, and of course the Ember Spirit, that's a roast. The Ember Spirit is going to always have a way to get out, and you have to, like you said, you're going to have to be able to jump on top of this Ember Spirit really fast. But,
where's Tiny going to go? Look at, he's going to run away. Tiny was lurking around the pit. I thought he might
jump in and get the Aegis and steal the Aegis. But I was really focused on this Ember Spirit because this Ember Spirit has some very interesting items, if you see here. Alls and just a pair of boots and nothing else. So you're assuming that... he knows that they're gonna try to focus on him and get him out while TA is sitting in the back. So the ults is something that throws him off as well, right?
Yep. He also has 4-stab too. Lots of defensive items on the support Ember. Very smart.
Yeah.
That 4-stab will be up really soon too. He's so fast.
And I'm pretty sure that that 4-stab is probably for the Death Prophet when she gets her ult up, is to push her in, and then he could just dive right on top of her too as well. So we'll see how they use it and what their motive is. But it looks like they're going for a tier 2 to spark a fight because they want to fight because they have the Aegis, right? So you want to go ahead and start this fight up with KINGPIN.
They know exorcism, but they know they're strong. But the goal is very close. It's only 1K.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Looks like they're not too afraid of... Yeah, they're not too afraid of the Monkey King being very fat really early because of the TA's Deso, so...
Yeah, this Monkey has been super farmed and he's been just murdered instantly
every time. Instantly.
Coin for me.
He's still farming. He's going for, looks like Manta. I don't know if that really helps that much, though.
Well, not with Refract, right? She'll just take them all out in 2 or 3 hits.
Yeah, it does take Refractors. That's true. I was just thinking about... No, I'm thinking in terms of him not just getting immediately killed.
Yeah,
I don't see the Monkey AC very much anymore, but that might have been...
I've used the Monkey Manta, and you definitely want to confuse your heroes, but if she's gonna just hit all of them at once, there's no confusion in that matter.
Is he gonna go for this kill on the DP? They're isolated. Yeah, here we go.
Yep, here we go. Coming down. That's gonna be a kill on the DP. Nobody's gonna go inside there, and of course you got the Night Stalker coming in. Silence was Global Silence was out, but everything was out way before the
just has too much burst. The Global Silence has global range, but it's just too fast.
Especially if the silencer isn't paying attention, right? Because the monkey's tree dancing, so he can't always find the monkey consistently. He'll tree dance you to death. But it looks like the Ember will also, smoke comes out on KNGI side. They're coming down for the smoke. They know that someone's there, so they're gonna come in there immediately. Gonna jump on top of the MCM, and then yes, as always, she's gonna go ahead and sacrifice, show her team where everybody is, and they're gonna get out of there off of TP.
Not bad. That's a waste. Basically a wasted smoke if only the CM died. Well played by KINGPIN.
Yeah. They're sacrificing their CM at the moment. As you can see with the tiny toss, they're not really worried about keeping her alive that often. So go ahead and take the outpost bot because they got the tier 2 top. So they're gonna try to maintain some sort of. They're gonna try to maintain some sort of control of the board. Looks like this Invoker is trying to farm up. Definitely farmed. We're not gonna say that he is not farmed, but
especially for the Midas Invoker, 4th net worth is pretty impressive.
Yes, but we did see that the Invoker is not playing in team fights. He's playing the Sunstrike, right, position where he's gonna see a gank coming, or so he's gonna continue to support them in that way. Here comes another Sunstrike on the EM. They're gonna try to get in there before, but of course the Ever Spirit uses his push, or he uses his staff and he uses his ult. They're gonna try to go after the Tusk at this moment, but of course he's gonna pop the BKB and the Invoker is irrelevant at that moment. The Monkey King's gonna try to go on there and get the kill, of course, but out goes the Invoker, and Monkey King again gets another kill, keeping his net worth 3K above the second best, which is TA, who is definitely someone he doesn't want to see. He wants to make sure.
I love this decision by the Monkey. He had Manta Cube, but look what he's got now. He built the full Ags, and that's why the Tusk died so fast through BKB.
Yeah, he definitely has to keep his damage up. He needs to really keep his damage really high. So I would definitely go for. Oh, there we go. Aegis is done. So of course now we're back to square one. No one is gonna have any.
Yeah, it's super even too, less than a 1K difference again.
I would have definitely still went Echo Saber on Monkey King because I'm an ancient, right? I would have still went definitely a Echo Saber, and then give myself like maybe a Silver's Edge or something, so I can escape that TA. So me and the TA are on the same ground, but I'm still putting out a lot of damage, right? So we'll see if they'll do that, but. He went for the.
If you get a free game heated, you just can't not get Battle Fury. It's just too free. Oh, mid lane.
Mid lane is going. But of course they're gonna try to come in and save, but I don't think they're gonna be able to make it. I was paying attention to them, but they weren't gonna be able to make it. Now it looks like Radiant is gonna come in. They're gonna try to get. Oh, see the double force staff. Amazing. TA, they're still gonna blink in on him. They're gonna try to get the Ember Spirit, but of course they're never gonna be able to get the Ember Spirit. But they can't get this silencer because the silencer is taking too long to run. Looks like he needs 2 boots to get away from them. They're so fast. They're running on top of.
Need more 4 stars. 2 more 4 stars. Yeah, I like the decision by the silencer there. He did not panic. He did not pop global. They'll have it up when he respawns.
When he respawns, good call.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
So that was the
Dark
first.
Ascension's gone for another 90 seconds. That's a solid timing for KNGI if they can get on top of it.
Yeah, but it is nighttime. You still don't want to play with the Night Stalker at night. You want to make sure you get him during the day. So you're just gonna have to take a back and farm a little bit, especially since you have Silencer down, but Silencer's back up. Oh, now they have 4 Force Staffs instead of having 5 Blink Daggers. Great. Last match was 5 Blink Daggers. Now it's 4 Force Staffs and 2 Blink Daggers.
Yeah, there's look interesting. What this Dire Ward? I guess it's about to expire. This Dire Ward, the Tinker Ward on the left side of the map. I wonder if that was 4. I don't think they ever used it. As they're gonna move into the Radiant Jungle.
Yeah, they're trying to get tier 2s. They're really trying to end this before it gets too far out of hand, right? They don't want to. Yeah, see with the push, they're gonna move in. Titan's gonna come in. Global Silence is out. TA pops the BKB. She gets on out of the Wukong. He's gonna try to keep the Wukong up to make sure the tier tower is protected. While they're still waiting on the outside, once it goes out, well, nope. I was gonna say once it goes out, Tusk is gonna find his snowball friends, but he couldn't find anybody to snowball in on. But it looks like Blink. He's gonna hold in Invoker. He's not gonna snowball in. There's gonna be a silence on Invoker, but Invoker's gonna get out. Silenced by DP. They all want to stay out of DP's ult, so they're not gonna try to go in as much as possible. Oh, here we go. Nice.
Came up. Here we go.
Here goes the Blink. Silence on the Silencer. Of course, they're gonna take out the Silencer. You would have thought it would have been the Ember Spirit, but they can't even catch the Ember Spirit due to the fact that he's got a Force Staff and his ult. So
That
there's
that was so sick, actually. He launched the Remnant, barely sidestepped the tornado, and then hit the Remnant like maybe 50 units away from the tornado in the other direction. That was so tight.
a lot of this stuff is probably just pro, pro reaction. They're not even thinking about it. They just know what they have and how it's being used, and they just use it. It's very great. It's good
cool,
watching
though.
them. Yeah, it's great watching them just utilize their
Dire's top tower is under attack.
top
their
level
items.
skills,
Yeah, their items and their reaction skills. There goes a fortification. Not that I haven't seen any. I can't remember any fortifications so far in the game. That was the first fortification that I remember. But that was
Seen a bunch.
so that was
Mid-lane, they killed the tiny.
well. Here we go, pushing tier 2. They
got
want to
skipped
maintain.
last second. He's
Oh, they're gonna move on out.
interesting. KNGI, they could have had that kill, but they didn't know where Monkey King was, so they were very scared.
This is a very interesting Lotus Orb for Death Prophet as a support, right?
Invoker.
37.
Jungle, here we go.
Oh, Invoker. Invoker's gonna get rooted. It's gonna get, but of course, there goes the dust. The dust comes out. Of course, Tuss is trying to trap him down, but the punch comes out, and if you have the punch on, it's over. A godlike on a support Ember is very interesting.
That's
But
so fun, because when you see any region except South America pick up 4 Ember Spirit, you're like, what the hell is going on? And when you see them pick it, it's like, oh, I guess this is probably going to be pretty good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
sure enough-
Got 12 charges on the
Dire's middle tower
Deso
is under attack.
for TA, which is fairly well. I mean, it's only 30 minutes into the game. I would have guessed she
good.
would have had 20 already, considering the fact that she's been in most of their fights.
Another interesting thing to note, Tiny bought a gem and gave it to the Night Stalker, so they're going to have that nighttime dewarding ability once every time he presses Dark Ascension
Dire's
flying
top
vision.
tower is under attack.
Well, looks like an interesting lineup here. Dark Ascension is going to come out. He's going to blink in. There's a global silence, so everybody's going to back up just for a minute. But they got the Ember Spirit down with the dominating streak for Night Stalker. Night Stalker can't find anybody, so KNGI is going to go ahead and back up. They're going to go ahead and take this Roche, or at least attempt to take the Roche, since the Ember Spirit is down. Being that the Ember Spirit is down, it looks like that's the individual that's leading the pack at the moment. But the Tuss says, no, we're going to go ahead and challenge this. We have...
The Tiny wants to contest again, but I think Night Stalker.
There we go. The Walt is going to go in. The Templar Assassin is still not getting hit. They're going to try to steal the Aegis, but it looks like they're not going to be able to do so. The Aegis goes out. Monkey King grabs the Aegis. The Silencer is trying to get away, but they can't. They get him on top, or they get Evoker on top of him. He goes down. DP is in there with their ult, but it looks like it's not going to last that long because the team is ready for everything with the silence. And that was
Huge fight.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Yeah, so
And
that's
right-
5 for nothing, including the Ember.
right then and there, I
And
guess.
the Aegis.
Right then and there, I guess it's why the Ember Spirit is the one who calls the shots, because Tuss called the shot, and they all went down and didn't even get the Aegis in the process. So we're gonna go ahead and see the push right now by Radiant. They're gonna try to take a tier 2. Monkey King's not gonna care too much about getting hit at the moment, because
He
he
doesn't want
has
to waste the Aegis, and the Ember has a shard, so those remnants do burn damage, so he has to run away.
Has fallen.
So tier 2 does go down. Let's see if they're gonna try to take control of the map. It looks like they're gonna try to take control of the map. That's good right there. Invoker's gonna go back to doing what he does best, and that's going back to farm. He does have Earn a Shadow, so that's very effective for an Invoker, but he hasn't been doing too many ganks, so I don't know if that was early item he was using. Maybe he thought he would be able to get some ganks on these individuals, but he hasn't been able to do well with the blink and earn, and they've been together too often for something like that to happen. But it looks like they're just going to go back to farming because Monkey King has the Aegis.
Yeah, the Invoker, I think he may have gone for Vessel if his early game had gone better, but he got ganked a lot.
Right, and he had to just put that on the back burner. Looks like this Ember Spirit is out of position at the moment, so they're gonna try to come down. And there he goes.
Right to the
There we go.
monkey
He ran
is-
right into the
oh.
monkey. The monkey's he's gonna get the rolls off. Yes, out of position. You can't be out of position like that. There
He actually was in a pretty good position if he just ran down to the trees and TP, but he went to the remnant where Monkey was
just waiting for him. Yep.
Makucho's had a great game. It's a shame that he's died twice recently. And when you're playing this 4-position Ember Spirit who's snowballing very early, when you die like this in the mid game, it really hurts your progression. He's going for the E-Blade or the Ghost Scepter now, although I don't know how effective that'll be.
Well, there's something else.
Die.
There's something else that we're not even paying attention to, is that this net worth of this Monkey King is
it's out of control.
It's almost, and especially for a pro match, the Monkey King is usually gonna be either pushed not to the 1 position, but pushed all the way to the 4 position just for the Wukong command, because a lot of people take him out really early, but it doesn't look like they're doing so with this. In this match, they're gonna allow the Monkey King to snowball. When you allow the Monkey King to snowball, especially with a scepter, it gets really wild. You know.
Speaking of scepter, look at what he's got on the courier. He has an item slot once the Aegis expires, but he's still getting the Aghanim's Blessing now to open up a second slot. So he's gonna have, before getting like Scotty, he's gonna get the Aghanim's Infusion or whatever it's called.
Shard.
No, not the shard. The Aghanim's Blessing.
He's going. Yeah. He's gonna get a blessing this round, which is rare as well too. You don't see that often.
Scotty's done too.
They're gonna go tier 3 for these individuals, and they're not gonna come in. TA is looking a little hesitant. I don't understand why the TA is hesitant at the moment. Maybe it's because of the ages and you got the Night Stalker in the back, but they're gonna have to do something with this global silence. They can't just sit there and wait on it. If they're gonna allow outcomes. Night Stalker wanted to start something, but he you know, he had to get out.
Tusk has his Aghanim. This could be a big item if they can kick back the Monkey King twice.
There goes another Force Staff. Look at Invoker. The Invoker comes in, blinks in, protects the Tiny. Then the Night Stalker goes in. He's being complimented by the Invoker. The Invoker goes ahead and helps him with that kill, and the Tusk is gonna go down. It looks like the Tusk goes down really early in the fight. He didn't even have a chance, but like I said, the best thing that the Night Stalker could get is Basher, because it helps him stay in position, or keeps individuals in position. And it looks like right now they're pulling out all the stops with the Ultra Kill on the Night Stalker, and they're gonna go ahead and print Rampage. GG. They call GG early. Night Stalker Rampage on top of a Monkey King with a net worth of almost 30k before 40 minutes. That's too much. GG.
What a sick game by that Monkey. So.
And Kingpin is our victor.
Yep, and these teams will play one more game, and then Team KNGI will get the break next. After this, but it's a best of 2. The round robin's a best of 2, so they'll play one more game, and then we'll go to the next series.
All right.
I was kind of surprised that they I thought that KNGI had a good shot to take that game like early on, especially with how many kills they were getting on the Invoker. I didn't think he would scale that well because he didn't go for Midas, but he ended up getting to split push so much, and they just weren't able to kill him, that he ended up having a pretty high net worth anyway.
There was one thing that we didn't take into consideration, and we didn't say anything, and we should have said something early on, and I guess I missed it, is that the TA was doing very well, but she was not getting the kills. If you look at how DP and TA were playing, they were playing really taken aback. They weren't really trying to get kills on anybody except the Crystal Maiden. Of course, everybody was ganking the Invoker really early, but that was Ember Spirit's job, right? Ember Spirit and Tusk's job. But the DP and the Templar Assassin just didn't mesh together well. And let's see how they make up for that with their next picks.
Yeah, they also didn't get the early Roches, which if you have DP and TA, like you want. There were a couple of times where they got one kill pretty close to the pit after the Deso was up that I thought they maybe could have just pressed R on Death Prophet on Roche, but they didn't, and they ended up not having control of the Roche for the entire game.
Right, they lost when they lost control is when Monkey King, as you can see, when Monkey King went ahead and got the BKB and the Battle Fury. We saw early on that he was getting melted by TA, but like you said, he wrapped that up with a Scepter, and then a mantis, so she can't see which one is the real one. And of course, once that happens, she doesn't know who to aim at. She doesn't know which way to point the refraction, and she was just lost.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna take a minute to talk to the teams and
Yeah, no
get some water.
problem.
So I'll be right back. You could either put the stream on break or carry the discussion through yourself. Up to you. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, that's the Dota 2 League first round, best of two. We're going to go ahead and take a short break while the teams look at what they did right and look at what they did wrong, and then we'll continue our stream later.
I am back. Let's go, boys.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm gonna stay in the unassigned players instead of the caster lobby this time, because I couldn't all chat when I was trying to get the information on. Basically, one of the teams, KNGI, has a player who has they have to use their phone for the microphone, basically, so they have to be signed in on 2 different accounts. So they had 6 players, which you can't have your coach in there after the strategy time. So I was like, oh, who is this guy? And he was like, oh, but he's muted, and it's because he, can't. He doesn't have a microphone for his computer. So.
All right.
All right, game 2, let's go.
5 seconds remaining.
Let's see
What
if they're
should
gonna.
KNGI do this game? What do you think they should do to
Radiant team
not
back.
repeat the performance of last time?
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to see if they're gonna go ahead and ban all those carries. They definitely shouldn't pick DP to support because she needs some farm to get her ults, and
10 seconds
but
remaining.
we'll see if they switch it up. That's the one thing. That's why I don't like to pull out any picks early on, because they could switch it right up, because obviously teams have different plans. But again, so they get rid of the Undying. They do not like Undying. I can vouch for that. I love playing Undying, but and teams do not like Undying. But in this case, I want to see if they're gonna switch it up a bit. I want to see if they're gonna learn from the past and make the adjustments needed to
5 seconds remaining.
make the difference, right?
Yeah, and I noticed in your Twitch chat, some of the fans of these teams are noting that these teams have already scrimmed several times this week, so they are very familiar with each other.
Okay.
We'll see if that plays into if that becomes a factor as well.
Looks like they're doing the same bands. Same bands came out. So you have the Undying, the Ricky. So if it all holds true, then they definitely know they do not want a Ricky for KNGI, and they do not want an Undying. So they're probably putting this team in an uncomfortable position, right? So let's see if they are able to make adjustments as they've done in the past.
Yeah, I'm interested. KNGI must have a pocket Ricky that KingPin knows about from their scrims, because they also do not want to play against that hero either.
Yes. And then with the new patch,
Radiant
this
team pick.
looks like they're not gonna allow them to get a tiny. But with the new patch, you're definitely looking at Razor as this explosive hero, much like a Death Prophet.
10
But
seconds remaining.
with the patch, he's become very,
5 seconds
don't get me on the
remaining.
pun, enlightening.
Yeah, not only did he get an Arcana, but he also got one of those builds that you look at it and at first you're like, is this a meme build? But then no, it's that Bloodstone shit. It's infuriating.
Wow. Yeah. And I was hoping that they are not hoping, but I was going to say, they're gonna go ahead and ban the Shrek as rare. Oh, here we go.
Crystal Maiden.
Looks like they're gonna go. Looks like they're gonna go classic.
Yes, it's very similar to what they did last time.
Like they're gonna go classic on them.
El Clásico.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you notice with some of these teams that they don't like to change
5
up. If you're
seconds
allowing them
remaining.
to play the same game, they're gonna play the same game over and over again. Maybe that's why
Even
a lot
if
of
they lose, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's why a lot of pro players get burnt out, right? Is that they're consistently playing the same game over and over again because that is their game, right? It goes for any sport. You're consistently running the same plays over and over again. They win, they score, they make great highlight films. But as a player, you get burnt out, right? So let's see if they're gonna switch up a little bit. Yeah, so we're gonna see a little bit of Tusk and Dawnbreaker teaming up together. That's gonna be fun to watch.
And we did see the Tusk mid last game, but
Yes.
based on when it's being picked, I would expect that they are showing their offlane right now. They're 3 hero and they're 4 hero,
10
which is what they did last
seconds
time. They went Tiny and Night Stalker in
Mhm.
the first phase, showed their entire offlane
5
immediately.
seconds remaining.
So as the offlane, as you're saying, is being shown, we get a Neeks ban, so they don't want anybody to find Dawnbreaker farming in the woods, waiting for everybody. So that's a good pick or a good ban that they can keep them on their side of the map as much as they much as possible.
10 seconds
One thing that we
remaining.
didn't see from Tusk is, as well as I
Radiant
didn't
team
notice,
back.
but I didn't see him have his Deso. And when Tusk has his
Because they
Deso,
had one team, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want 2 Desos on one team.
okay, because obviously TA's Deso wasn't being used properly, so in my opinion, they should have caught an audible at that point and then gave it to Tusk, because at that point Tusk can actually
seconds remaining.
make it effective, go in there, start to kill, start to at least get their health down, but we didn't see that.
It's an argument you can make, right? Because the Deso does give Tusk more burst ability, and if you want to play, because the way you envisioned at least Team Kingy playing that game was like moving around very early and getting an early TA blink instead of an early TA Deso would have helped with that.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of philosophy, and theirs didn't work out last game, but we'll see if they go back to the TA, because against Tusk Dawnbreaker, not terrible.
No, it was not
Radiant
terrible.
team back.
Well, they didn't let that monkey come out this time. Well, that's very unfortunate. And Silencer is not going to be played, so we're going to see some different heroes. Two normal heroes for KNGI early on. Ember Spirit and Crystal
10
Maiden,
seconds remaining.
same as last match. And then Kingpin came out with a Tusk and a
5
Dawnbreaker.
seconds
This is going to be very interesting. But I like the matchup, as I said before, with the Tusk and the Dawnbreaker, especially if they have great communication. But I want to see if they're going to allow this CM to get her mega kill streak. She's very apt to do so in this patch, to get a good kill streak, especially if individuals aren't paying enough attention to her and they're trying to kill other heroes. But last match, that was not the case.
Dire team
These two
back.
teams were very well versed in eliminating this CM early, just like they were well versed in eliminating the Silencer early as well. So outcomes again, a ban from Timbersaw, or of Timbersaw.
Yeah, the new Kingy's new offlaner. They had a different offlaner last week, but their new
10
offlaner
seconds remaining.
is a Timbersaw specialist. I mentioned that during the pre-show as well.
Mhm.
So they went Timber, and then they
5
also
seconds
they're like, you know
remaining.
what, we're gonna make our Dawnbreakers game as easy as possible. Take out the 2 easy counters, Nyx and Silencer, that cancel his ulti. So he will have no problem pressing that R button this game.
Yeah, no problem at all. It's going to be very interesting, these next 2 picks, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut, because I don't like to continue to guess what's going on. I like to be completely surprised with my viewers.
Dire team
So we get a
That's
team.
Yeah, Lesh is. I will speculate. Lesh is still available, and that hero.
That is. I didn't want to say.
Strong.
I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to say anything. I don't want to throw that out there. If they forget, it's on them. I don't want them to be. They're
Yeah.
watching us, and we're like, Leshrek
10
is still
seconds
available, and
remaining.
they remember. It's like, whoa.
That's why you got the 5-minute delay.
Beastmaster.
Oh, that's very interesting for this patch to have a Beastmaster. But if you're able to get Beastmaster stun effective, you're definitely gonna blink in, stun, and have a bunch of extra individuals
10
attacking you at
seconds
once. But we'll see. We'll see how well they
5
incorporate the
seconds
axes in a gank with the shouts. Stun.
That's true. But what I think was a bigger thing was, they were tired of losing the vision game against Night Stalker, so they picked Beastmaster because, I think in large part because of the Hawk. And now that they have a Night Stalker versus Beastmaster, they are on relative parity in terms of vision. They're not going to get totally out-visioned like last game.
Yes. Let's see what they do.
10 seconds remaining.
Feeling comfortable with the Night Stalker, but they're doing
5
very.
seconds
They were
remaining.
doing very well with their Night stalking as a team. They were really taking advantage of his time in Night, as well as taking advantage of his ult, as to position them during the daytime. So that's a very important and key thing to do when you're playing as a team member for Night Stalker.
That's interesting. You do not see this hero very much. That is a Grimstroke pick. And
Hmm.
that's very interesting because that means, because Night Stalker, Tusk, Dawnbreaker are on the same team, that means either this is a support Tusk or a support Dawnbreaker.
Hmm. Well,
I
what you're
suppose
gonna
it could be
10
three
seconds
Dawn.
remaining.
what you're gonna see is
But then-
that so I think if my
5
memory
seconds remaining.
is good at the moment, that this Grimstroke is gonna be used because of the I think it's called a remnant that he puts out and it's actually been upped. So if he gets his extra
Like the
remnant,
Aghanims, yeah.
he gets
Is that
that.
what you mean?
Yeah, if he gets that online, he can do some pretty large damage, especially with this Beastmaster to
Radiant
offset.
team
But
back.
I can't see
Yeah.
any other reason to be using Grimstroke, because of course blink on Grimstroke, stun, Ember Spirit finds Grimstroke. There's no way that Grimstroke can get away. So we'll see what items
10
besides the
seconds
Force Staff,
remaining.
which we know they're going to try to bring into the play, what other items they're going to use for his
5
escape.
seconds remaining.
Well, I'm interested to see the Grimstroke picks. They don't. The only real synergy they have with it right now is the Night Stalker Void. And if you're gonna pick it for the Ink Remnant, you really want to pick that after you see the enemy carry, and preferably get an Agi carry like a Luna, or if it's a Strength carry, maybe like a Wraith King. You made a good point actually that he can take the Beastmaster and get the Inner Beast Aura. That's actually not bad, especially with Night Stalker Dawn Tusk.
Right. So that's what I was looking at, because I saw the buff to that particular spell that he has. Now this Life Stealer and Ember Spirit, if they work really well together, they can get some great ganks. Now, if they're able to find Grimstroke, because the other three at the moment are pretty heavy, but if he
10
can find a
seconds
Grimstroke,
remaining.
or he can find maybe Tusk at low energy,
5 seconds
Life
remaining.
Stealer's ult is wonderful for ganks. So I really
And
like
that's
this
especially
Life
good
Stealer.
with like normally a mid Ember Spirit, you don't want to run around with your two farming cores at the same time, but because this is a 4 Ember Spirit, he can just hold the Life Stealer inside of him, and it's not a big deal. He doesn't miss out on much.
Right, and that's what we want to see. We want to see that synergy, early on, because that synergy can, as no pun intended, it can break your spirit, right? So
Dire team
you want to
back.
make sure. Oh, again, the last bet is Bat Rider. This is interesting.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah, because it's not a super great Bat Rider game. I think they just don't like that hero, which is fair, because
Mhm,
if
yeah.
you can't play against him, it's very annoying.
Right, and also our what's the name is still on the board. Shrek is still on the board, so they
Well,
didn't get rid
10
of him.
seconds remaining.
If you're a pro level team, there's two schools of thought. Either you think the nerfs weren't that big of a deal and you're fine with them, and you think he's good, or you think they were so bad that they killed the hero.
Yeah.
And if you haven't picked it by now, you probably think it's so bad that they killed the hero.
Mm.
This will also clarify the rules as well. I assume they need a carry. That's what KNGI thinks as well with their bans. No, it's a mid again. So it's a
Mhm.
carry Night Stalker or a carry Dawnbreaker maybe.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
seeing.
think that's the most
Mhm.
logical.
Yeah, I'm seeing the Dawnbreaker being the carry, and of course, again, you have the Invoker to do sun strikes at
10
will on top of
seconds remaining.
Dawnbreaker's ult. You have Tusk to go in and definitely
5 seconds
disrupt
remaining.
and begin a fight. The Night Stalker flying over the top of Tusk. It's this Grimstroke that's throwing me off for Kingpin right now. I want to see how well he works together. Now, obviously, you're gonna do the ink swell, right? Now, that's a normal for a Grimstroke play. Is that you're gonna try to get a few stuns with that after the Tusk stun on top of the Night Stalker. But this Ember Spirit and Life Stealer, every time I see a Life Stealer game, because I play so much Life Stealer, is that I always ask the team, if we just work together, we combo together, we can take down any of the heroes on the board. And like I said before, that synergy can break your spirit. But I really want to see what they're gonna do, because they've played this Invoker, so they're not too afraid of the Invoker, because like we saw before, the Invoker was pushed out of lane.
Ooh,
You now
interesting.
select your heroes.
That's a 24 pick puck.
I always say Puck is one of the most elusive heroes on the map. And when I say elusive, I mean as in he's still killing you as he's moving, as you're chasing him and he's moving away, sort of, like a bristleback. But he's silencing you. He's hitting you with hits from afar, and he's still moving. And of course, the orb, he's throwing that at you, and then he's appearing on the other side. The Pucks are a strange hero to face, but
And they have other than like Night Stalker blinking on top of them with crippling fear, their instant disable is non-existent.
yes. So we're gonna see how Fruit Basket runs the Grimstroke. Looks like everybody's lined up again where they were prior. Nappy.
It is Giorgio on the Dawnbreaker as we guessed as well.
Right, of course. Yes. So, and
one thing I like about this puck pick though, before the game starts, is that when you're playing with a lifestealer, you love to have, if possible, like you don't want to ruin your draft with this, but you love to have like an early to mid game hero to infest in that's not a farming core, and then in the late game you can also infest one of your other like your main farming cores to just get massive bursts at the beginning of fights. And he has the Ember Spirit for early, mid, and the puck for late. I like that a lot.
Yeah. So we're gonna see how well they match up early on. Like we said before, the MK safe lane was just getting torn. Radiant safe lane was just getting massive farm. The off lane was getting ran in. DP was not even being able to work. So we're gonna see how well they balance that this time. Again, they come out first with the smoke just to see if they can find somebody lingering. Yeah.
Whereas, KNGI's smoke, they're also splitting up. They just want to get their vision out of it. So. That's interesting. Yeah, the puck did not put his ward down mid or to see the rune. He put it looking for the rotations on from the Radiant offlane, particularly the Tusk. I like that. He's going to be able to see him rotating in if he comes through the north side of the river to steal the rune.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting this ward mid as well. You rarely see it placed directly in
right
lane.
In the middle, yeah.
So that's a new one. Looks like they
and
got...
Something else to look out for in the early game. Bottom lane, they have a courier killer ward. The Dire does. So keep an eye on that early.
They do have a chance to gank right here. They're all bot, and there's only 2 bot, but I guess they don't take the bait as well because they know that this team is also smoked up. They don't want to...
There's going to be a fight in the bottom river. Not a big one, but there's going to be a fight.
Well, at least for the ruin, but I think they're just going to take out... Oh, so that's a 3 for 1.
Yep.
Grimstroke early on with a magic stick, so he's assuming that this lane will be farmed by the Ember Spirit, so he can get some.
Oh no, it's definitely a farming Beastmaster. This is another support Ember Spirit like last.
Well, yeah, we know that, but Grim is revved up for this Ember Spirit, so he has his magic stick up.
Yeah, it's really good against Slight. Although Ember can counteract that by sliding from trees, because if you don't have vision, you don't get those stick charges.
Yeah, so we'll see how well that does. Mid, we called it. There's going to be the puck and the Invoker, and of course the Invoker
didn't dodge the EMP.
Yeah,
awesome.
That's really that EMP. It's been a killer since the Invoker invoked itself, right? EMPs are just massive when it comes to heroes that need mana, right? So he went quickly to an EMP burst to get rid of Puck's elusiveness or even his effectivity mid, right?
And not only that, but Invoker all of his spells cost a lot of mana, and you drain mana when you use EMP. So you can, if you get hit by that, it lets him cast a lot more spells.
Right, of course. So that was a good pick for him early on. Looks like there's going to be a good even amount of battles in lane. Nothing too rambunctious. But of course,
but he's got a lot of axe stacks on these guys' bottom.
Yeah, but this is a very strong safe lane, right? So you got Grimstroke and you have you have Dawnbreaker, who, for some awkward reason, still haven't figured out the math on it, but she's always got health. She never loses too much health, you know. So how well is Puck? So Puck is gonna go ahead and get his bottle, which is gonna that's gonna make sure that he at least has a little bit of mana to offset some of those EMP bursts. Oh, he's gonna go in. Invoker's gonna go in, lift him up. But as I said before, he has the. There he goes, being elusive, right?
It's a John, yeah. Oh, they're gonna pull bottom lane. They're tired of doing. They're tired of the Dawnbreaker being full HP all the time.
See? Yeah. They're gonna try to get on the Beastmaster, but Beastmaster's level 2. He still hasn't. He went for axes, and of course, he went for Inner Beast instead of getting his farming buddy out, the boar.
Grim's trying to connect this pull, and it looks like he might get the range creep, but no, the Ember's going to take the aggro. Very nice.
Dire's courier has been killed.
There we go, one courier down.
And no ward either, just picked it off.
Found it, yeah. Oh, here we go. We're going to have the first blood's going to be on Dawnbreaker, which is something that you could definitely... nice elusive from the
nice slight top jump.
Mm-hmm. But I was gonna say the Dawnbreaker is always notorious for getting first blood because, like I said, early game she's very hard to take health from. So she could stay in lane. She has a consistent burn, as you can see right there with her hammer, her celestial hammer. But like I said early on in the game, is that Grimstroke is always going to be the type of individual that you got to watch out for because he's definitely open for death. But on that exchange, we had the Ember Spearing goes down, and Dawnbreaker has number 2. But it looks like they're going to go ahead and get another kill. But this is
stick by Beast. He's gonna walk. Oh, but he's...
Nope. She's got the Starbreaker. She's got the Starbreaker. Well, he's gonna get a. Yep, she's gonna get away at this point.
Oh, the chains.
Oh, there we go. So that's a killing spree on the Dawnbreaker. And like I said before, as you can see, the Dawnbreaker has 2 charges on the wand, and of course, the health of the Dawnbreaker is so magnificent. And these patches and patches before, so we'll see how well she does. She does have a bracer, and she does have a ring of protection, so she's well protected.
The Grim's chilling in the base. I think he's gonna try to bring south, maybe bottom.
Okay. Let's see how well.
He doesn't have inventory space. He's trying to bring the soul ring for the Dawn, but he can't because
he's all filled up. Yeah.
He's been stuck in this base for a long time, just trying to do inventory management.
Oh boy, there it came out. Everybody. Yeah. Still doing pretty good mid. Puck is still lasting, you would say. So we both have. You know, a lot of wands out because we're expecting a lot of spells being cast late game.
Or Grim still has the gauntlet. He's not finishing the soul ring on Dawn. There we go. He finally gave it to him.
Here we go. We're gonna have another kill going in, and that's gonna be a kill for Grimstroke. But again, their safe lane is just ruining their off lane bot. So we'll see how well this pans out. But again, like I said before, Dawnbreaker is just very, very heavy.
Yeah, and you haven't seen a lot of Grim, so this combo hasn't been like really visible. But man, Grim Dawn is very aggravating.
Right, very aggravating. Slow setup.
Oh,
okay, we're gonna go up here. Oh, nope.
Shard.
He's gonna pull out the shard, but he's gonna go ahead. TPing it up. His Invoker. They're gonna go ahead and come in on CM. CM's gonna go ahead and go down, but they're definitely not gonna chase Lifestealer because Lifestealer is as buff as anybody, in the game, unless he gets caught, like you said before, without his feast.
But he has no man. He's gonna go top, but I think they know he's coming. Yeah, they have the Radiant Observer open mid. They see the Puck coming. They're getting out.
Puck's gonna go ahead and go back mid, which is a good call, at least in this case, because he needs to continue to farm.
Another kill bot. God, they're so low bot too, but he has he only has 1 mango left. Can he get the Dawn with this last action?
He's going bot. He has double. Puck is coming in, rotating bot, but yeah, Dawnbreaker gets out. But definitely, if he feels like he can go under tower, he'll go under tower to get the Grim, because
Dire's middle
that's
tower
exactly
is
what he's
under
setting up to do.
Dawnbreaker
Dawnbreaker's gonna come back in with the Alta, and there goes another kill bot. And then the leash comes out for the Grim, and of course, Puck's gonna die in the process. On the Dawnbreaker is getting really high. Here comes in the Tusk pulls out the charge. There's a snowball on top of the Ember Spirit. The Ember Spirit definitely has a way out of that with the wand. That was a little weird that Dawnbreaker waited to call the hammer in, but
that was an unfortunate misplay by the Puck because he missed both of his spells at the start of that fight.
Right.
Should have had damage when the orb really killed him.
Looks like Dawnbreaker's gonna go ahead and go on Beastmaster again, keep him out of lane. A great
Nice body blocks.
Yep, body blocking him, but also he's gonna come in with a shard again. Beastmaster is down, which we've seen and we've called it. Yeah,
5 deaths at 7 pre-8 minutes. That's brutal.
Brutal for second round. They have to oh, smoke comes out. They have to really watch these deaths. They're gonna go ahead and smoke. They'll probably Tusk will probably go mid, try to help out on this small Tusk or on this low health Tusk. He's gonna go ahead and snowball onto Puck, but Puck's gonna disappear as he always does, the most elusive individual. And now he has a haste. He's moving definitely away. He's gonna turn away from that. In comes Grimstroke. Grimstroke is gonna get pushed out by CM. Tusk is gonna try to take a hit at Puck, but I'm telling you, Puck is way too elusive for that. They're gonna go ahead and silence him. They're gonna go ahead and silence CM. CM's gonna go ahead and exchange again for a death as she always does. CM, as you notice, yeah, as you can see, CM is always low. She's always low. And they're gonna go ahead and smoke again. She only has 1,000 gold at the moment. I mean, it's not bad, but at the same time, it's not good.
Look at the jungle for Lifestealer, Dire jungle. Take a look.
Yep, we're going for the top. They're gonna go ahead and stop him right there. He goes ahead. He's out. He's gonna get popped out of the individual. They're gonna still get him. He gets his rage off. He's on his way. Takes the coin on the way out. ES went ahead and shackled him down. He went ahead and missed it. Then comes then comes the Puck. They're gonna take the Ember Spirit down. Puck is the most elusive. Let's see if he can get away at this point. Night Stalker's on top of him. They're gonna go ahead and take out the Puck early. And again, that is 4 times. Yep, they have 4 times the kills on them playing as a team.
KINGPIN looking good this series.
Yes, very well this series. Getting off to an early 4K start with, of course, Dawnbreaker doing very well. Bot not needing to leave lane, just like the Monkey King, and which is a great thing when you playing with the team. If you don't have to leave lane and they're doing very well, you just continue to farm and you continue to get ready to, you get ready for the late game, the tier 3s, and that's gonna really hurt. So, like I said.
She's gonna try to lead him into TPs, maybe, but no.
Yes.
She's gonna.
I've tried many of times to do that, and it's almost impossible. I don't even know why an individual would chase her down, but you never chase down the Dawnbreaker with any hero. She'll just keep running and just getting her health back. I don't know how it works. So okay, Dire top tower is gonna go down, but it looks like they're gonna do a trade bot with their bot tower Radiant Will for Dire. They have the push, still no boar. They're gonna go ahead and nope.
Rainbow TP's coming.
TPs are coming in. They're gonna go ahead and get the EMP out. Make sure that the Ember Spirit doesn't have any mana. The Ember Spirit goes down. Out comes Tusk on CM, and of course, if you can catch CM, CM's gonna go down as well. CM's gonna try to do all that she can to get away, but Beastmaster's gonna go ahead and retreat as well. And it looks like they did do an exchange, but they had to pay for it.
Yeah, they do end up getting the tower with the catapult, thankfully, but
yes.
And we see that this is a very risky play, but I think it's the correct play. Lifestealer went Midas first. I think they were far enough behind that you kind of have to do that. And I don't believe Invoker's matching. No, he's going Witch. He's going Earn Witchblade again. Same build as last game.
It looks like Beastmaster does have his boar out, and he also has his helm, so they're ready to start their small little push.
The creep's gonna spot the invoker.
They're gonna go ahead. They're gonna dive to get the tier 1 bot. They're gonna go ahead and push Dire out so they can push tier 1 bot. So they're gonna take the.
deny with the creep.
Oh, there was a deny on the tower. Beastmaster.
Yeah, with the Hellbear Smasher. The Beastmaster denied it with his creep. Hold on. Red's walking uphill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yes, but they also have the Dawnbreaker, and that's what they want to do. They want to pull them out with the Grimstroke because they think they can get an easy kill, but they're not going to get an easy kill because Dawnbreaker's there. The whole team is on top of each other, and that's how you do it when you do synergy. You can break spirits that way.
Yeah, it looks like the main cores, primary farming cores are just chilling though. They're like, yeah, we know they're gonna die there. Can't help it. Let's get back to this game.
Right.
Because they are playing together a lot. That does mean they get less experience and less farm. So they can, in theory, catch up this way on KNGI if they don't give up too much map.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think the game plan right here is to make sure that you get the tier 1s, get one tier 2, and make sure you.
CM's in trouble.
Oh, CM again is getting caught out by the Tusk. Well, when the Tusk sees you, he doesn't need vision. He's gonna dive, and then go ahead. The Dawnbreaker's gonna go ahead and take out the Ember Spirit. This match, the Ember Spirit is not doing as well as he was doing past, and that's not what we need. Strike comes down on Beastmaster. Beastmaster gets caught out, and now they are definitely down. Let's just say, oh, he's calling out GG early. They're calling out GG, and they're not feeling it with this. They're not feeling it with this Dawnbreaker.
Dawnbreaker got too far ahead too fast. What? Big win. Wow.
And that was 13 minutes GG. They didn't even want to take it to the 17-minute mark and see who's going to go down. They just said GG.
Wow. I guess they're familiar enough with each other to know that they couldn't come back in that game.
Yeah, I think what they were looking at is they were looking at this Dawnbreaker 6. They were looking at this Invoker 6. Puck was not going to be able to help out, and then they asked Lifestealer, how well are you going to do? And he said, I don't think it's worth it. But then this is a big problem. This was the biggest problem. The Ember Spirit had 0-6. The Ember Spirit did not start off that way last match. What was this? Mukau? Oh, no, it wasn't Mukau this time. Well,
Makucho?
Yeah, Makucho.
He was the Ember Spirit, yeah.
Yeah, so Makucho was Ember Spirit, and he didn't start the way that he wanted to start. And he was the leader last match, and he probably just said, call it GG. Can't do anything about it. And again, we were going to see a big farm on CM, which we thought CM would kind of stay out of the fire. But it looks like CM just went right back into the fire, and you know how fire is for CM. Her and her sister can't get along,
baby.
You know? Yeah, so...
Yeah. Okay, well that is the end of our first series. The next series will be casted by T-Bone at twitch.tv, not the president. Daamae, thanks for the sick cast.
Yeah, no problem.
The first game was really fun. The second one, I was hoping would go a little longer, but what can you do?
What can you do when you have a Dawnbreaker getting off really early? Like, that bot lane was just horrible. And like I said before, Dawnbreaker's health is far too, it's way too much. And when they started to do that synergy, what did I say? It'll break your spirit. GG, 13 minutes.
Yeah, GG's. All right, I'll be signing off as well. Daamae, thanks for the cast. GG's, and look for the next stream in our Discord, the TD2L Discord. You can find it on the site at td2l.gg. Appreciate that.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.